we expect come Wednesday from Gomora United?
No, thank you. I think for us it's a great privilege to be part of the Nedbank Cup. It's a prestigious tournament that has been around for many years. And of course, as a young club, first season in NFD, to be part of the last 32 in the country is wonderful, and we look forward to enjoying ourselves and giving a number of our players who are, many of them new at this level, an experience to experience this wonderful occasion. And of course, it's made much sweeter playing the league champion Sundowns, so we're looking forward to the game and we hope we can do well.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Coach. We will then open it up for questions from the floor, just by a show of hands. We've got 2 roving microphones on each side. We'll take the first one, and it is Benjamin Miranda. Get the microphone to him.
Coach Benjamin Miranda, Eswatini Daily News. How do you balance the two, wanting to go far in the Nedbank Cup as well as wanting to stay in the Motsepe Foundation? How do you balance the two?
Football is just about one match. So what is important is the next game in front of you. And the next game is Mamelodi Sundowns. And that is all on our minds. And we want to give it our best shot, put our best players on the pitch. And that's all we're going to do. You can't play looking too much forward, what is the next game, what is coming. Of course, the priority is to stay in the league and to do well in the league, which currently we're not doing so well, But at the same time, you can't then say, no, we're in the Nedbank, we're just gonna go easy and honor the fixture and participate. That will be disrespecting the game itself and disrespecting this prestigious competition. So we are going to go and put in our strong team and go all out to give our best performance.
Thank you, Coach. Let's move on to Temba Shabalala.
Temba Shabalala, Joseph from Sports. Coach, beautiful match ahead. I suppose that you also having your players selling themselves on that one. I mean, having seen you play to a 3-all draw against the Roma Lions and having to lose 2-1 to Cape Town City, that tells me that as much as you score, but you also let in. And coming against a Sundowns coach that is well cooked can be a problem on their day. We know that they're still the record holders in this tournament in terms of scoring goals. How do you then plan against their attack, looking at what they possess?
No, we go with no fear. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? They're beating everybody. Who are we to come and then come and say, hey, we have to? No, we have no fear. We're gonna go and do our best. We know what Sundowns is capable, what they've been doing for so many years. So we will put our plan in motion, and whatever happens will happen. But you're not gonna go there with fear of what will happen. It's a wonderful experience. From a perspective of the players generally, any young player or anyone who's never played at a professional level against a team of that stature, they'll be looking forward to playing in that game. And you have to give them the opportunity to express themselves and show their quality. So, I mean, if you lose, you lose. But as long as you don't lose yourself, you show what you've got and what you're made of. That's what is important for us for this game. The result will take care of itself, but want to put up a good performance, want to show what Gomora United is about and what the future holds for Gomora United and their contribution to South African football.
Thank you, Coach. We'll take A question from Mazola, and then we'll move on to Butatu.
Afternoon, Coach Ashley. My question, I wanted to ask, the belief that you have that you can come out with something from this game, are you looking at the gap between the first tier and the second tier, or you look at Mamelodi Sundowns in itself as a team on its own and their quality? Because some coaches, depending on who you're playing against, they reckon the gap between top flight and second tier is not that big.
No, both. There is a gap. That's why you are in the Motsepe Foundation Championship, and there's the PSL. There's a difference. Unless, of course, you are, I don't want to use the wrong word, you don't understand football or you're delusional. PSL, and just like every level, there's a gap. And besides, and then you have Sundowns that have proven over the years their capability. I mean, they almost won the CAF Champions League last season. So there's a team with a lot of experience and capacity, so, but again, you can't take all of that and speak about and focus on that. You just have to know what the team is capable of and try to prepare the team as possible and see what you can come up with. I mean, this is a competition in itself that prides itself on, the underdogs producing those shock results, So you put the plan into action and you hope for the best. You can't go without any belief in any battle. Otherwise, you'll be dead long before the match kicks off.
Thank you, Coach. Let's move on to Butatu.
Good afternoon, Coach. Butatu Makhanya from Popular Radio. Coach, you mentioned that this is a big occasion for your club as well. It's a good time for your players to show what they're capable of and what they can do. But how would you then guard against, many of your players will be playing against some of their idols, where they see themselves playing perhaps in a few years. How do you guard against them not performing to their best because of you playing with your role model?
Yeah, you don't really guard against that. For everyone who has played professional football, who's a current professional footballer right now, they always have their boyhood team, for example, the team they supported growing up. They have their idols. But once you get to that level, then you understand, now this is work, this is professional football. You are not there to admire anyone, So just as they'll have their idols, some of them might have been Sundowns supporters, but you have young boys that are ambitious, that want to achieve something, that want to show their quality. And when the platform is there, then all of that goes out of the window. So that I'm not bothered about that. That they'll be playing and looking at Timbers one or staring at. No, it doesn't happen like that. Once you get on the pitch, for every footballer, you want to show your quality against the very same idol that you've admired growing up. That's how it goes.
Thank you, Coach. Let's go to Nick. I've noted Tepang as well as Miso.
Good afternoon, Coach. Nick Leeson from Backpage Media. You guys are winless in your last 4 Motsepe Foundation Championship games. How much of a confidence boost will a good performance give for your side for the rest of their championship campaign against Sundowns?
Yeah, every game is important. The past 4 games we've played, we've had very good performances, which is pleasing. The results at the end might not really paint a picture, but this is a young club in its first season, and we knew that it was going to be hard, but we take heart from the performances against a strong Cape Town City, and the Roma, Event FC with a very experienced coach, many years in the NFT, but we've measured up very well. But of course, when you've got a lot of guys that are starting out, that have the talent, those individual errors will always creep in, So, but the process we're in is going well. We are happy with our performances and processes that is happening. So we are confident by the performance, but not the result. So we hope, I mean, if we have a positive result, not even a result that you can really focusing on, but if you have a positive performance there, it will go a long way in boosting the morale and confidence of the team for sure.
Tsepang?
Coach Tsepang from Sokala Duma. You've mentioned the young players in your team, but you also have the experienced guys like Mgolisi, Justice, Chabalala there. What role are they playing ahead of a game like this? Because they've been there, they've played in the top flight for many years. And just to move away from the game, you've had some DDC players moving from DDC to Motsepe Foundation Championship. And you've coached in the DDC before. How important is that move for some of these players who might not be able to break into their first teams in the top flight?
Sure, the experienced guys are key, of course, off the field and on the field, because of course a game of this magnitude, some players might be overwhelmed on the field. So when you've got those 2-3 senior players who are able just to calm the players down, give them direction, keep them on the plan, you know, they'll be very key on the day. And of course, football is about growth. For any young player, you move up a level from DDC to Motsepe Foundation is another level, a higher level, much stronger than the DDC, much more difficult than the DDC, but it will be an addition to their development, it will be part of their development, make them better, you know, prepare them better even if they get an opportunity to go to the PSL. So I've always push for DDC players that are not ready to go to NFT teams over the years, and it has helped many players greatly.
Smiso?
Good afternoon, Coach. Smiso Msomi, Independent Media. Coach, you spoke about the power and the reputation of Mamelodi Sundowns, but this season, unlike most seasons, we've seen a certain vulnerability when it comes to Mamelodi Sundowns. They've just come from a loss as well away. Do you feel like perhaps this is the right time to be able to play a Mamelodi Sundowns side for you to be able to have a positive result on the day?
Yeah, I don't think from our perspective we'll look too much into that they've lost in their recent match in the CAF Champions League. That is way above our level at the moment. I don't think we can look at it and say, no, they are ready for the taking. In fact, you think that that makes them even more determined come Wednesday from that defeat. Quickly, this game is perfect for them, because what you know, after a defeat, the best thing to recover is to have a game immediately. So we know we're in big trouble because of that. So they're gonna come firing from all cylinders, you know, just to get the confidence back, just to get the morale back. So we know from the beginning of the match it's going to be tough, and we know that if we can just be settled in the early part of the game and we don't allow them to really go ahead, and then we should be fine. But we know it's going to be more tougher because of the struggle they've had, the loss they've come from.
Thank you, Coach. Let me just check, because our 15 minutes is up. I just want to check, do we have any questions for the Zimbabwe?